Welcome, my name is Peter Schmitz. In this short introduction, I would like to get a few definitions out of the way, define what we mean by services-led sales, look at the difference between managed, hosted and outsourced services, position the workshop objectives and introduce you to the course structure so that you know what to expect from the program. We have designed this course for people who are involved in projects that are driven predominantly or exclusively by the service proposition. More specifically, managed, hosted and outsourced services. Not so much life-cycle services that are sold on the back of a product sale. Here is what we mean by that. In product-led sales, the lead proposition is the actual product, its features and benefits. There might well be an element of services as part of that sale. In this course, however, we will focus on sales where the lead proposition is the services element, which might ignore product to start with and might involve taking over the customer's assets. As you can see, I'm talking about deals that are either about managing customer assets or even buying these assets off the customer and providing the utility of the assets back to that customer at an agreed monthly rate per unit of utilization. As an aside, and just in case you wonder what the difference between managed, hosted and outsourced services is, let's quickly define some terms so that we're all talking about the same thing. Both managed and hosted services are about operating assets on behalf of the customer. But in hosted services, the capital investment for the asset usually is with the service provider, and the assets are located on the SP's premises. Finally, outsourcing projects in most cases are about moving stuff off the customer's payroll and onto the service provider's payroll. These people may be still doing exactly the same job as before, but now suddenly they're being paid by the service provider. Okay, so now that we have those definitions out of the way, let's look at the basic learning objectives of this course. After the seminar, you should be able to identify buyers of managed services and what their hot buttons are. Articulate the financial impact of managed services on a customer organization. Identify managed service opportunities based on financial customer analysis. Establish the credibility and validate the identified managed service opportunity with the financial decision maker. Know how to obtain a mandate by the FDM to investigate the case for a managed services business proposal. Obtain and survive C-level appointments to discuss the MS approach and its business benefits. Having established the learning objective, let's look at how we are planning to tackle what seems to be quite a complex subject. What I'm showing here is the recommended order in which you should be studying the course. There is a logic to this. It has been tested many times and it works. Just stick with the order in which the material is presented to you and you'll be fine. This concludes the introduction module. Please move on to module 2, in which we will discuss the key stakeholders in managed service projects, how to identify the hot buttons and how to activate these buttons.